You are holding it. The screen is glowing against your skin. It's the first thing you reach for when the sun rises, and the last thing you see before you drift into sleep. To you, it's a smartphone. It's an iPhone, a Samsung, a Pixel. It's a collection of apps, a camera for your memories, and a gateway to the infinite stream of the internet. But if the Earth could speak, she wouldn't call it a phone. She would call it a grave. Beneath that sleek, polished glass, beneath that aerospace-grade titanium frame, there is a collection of treasures that defy logic. There are crystals that took billions of years to grow in the dark, crushing depths of the mantle. There are elements born in the violent deaths of ancient stars, scattered across the vacuum of space, only to be trapped in the cooling crust of a young planet Earth. Humans used to wage wars over rubies. Kings used to bankrupt empires for a handful of diamonds. But today, we carry a treasure chest in our pockets more complex than anything found in a pharaoh's tomb. And the most incredible part? We almost never notice them. Not because they are hidden, but because we've been taught to see technology instead of nature. Tonight we strip away the software. Tonight we shatter the screen. Tonight we reveal the ghosts in the machine. 10. Silicon, the brain of the stone. If your smartphone has a soul, it is made of silicon. But where does it come from? It begins as silica, the primary component of quartz. Think of the purple majesty of an amethyst or the clear brilliance of rock crystal. That is the ancestor of your phone's processor. To create the brain of your phone, humans take common sand and subject it to a ritual of extreme heat, over 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. We purify it until it becomes a single, massive, perfect crystal called an ingot. This isn't just a piece of rock. It is a lattice of atoms so perfectly aligned that it allows electrons to flow like water through a digital canal. The lesson: every time you open an app, you are asking a crystal to think for you. In the ancient world, quartz was believed to hold mystical powers of memory and light. Today we know that's true. We've carved billions of microscopic gates into this stone. Without this crystalline structure, your phone is just a brick of plastic. Silicon is the diamond of the digital age, yet we treat it as disposable. 9. Sapphire crystal, the unscratchable shield. Look closely at your camera lens on the back of your device. Do you see that tiny circle of clarity? That isn't glass. Glass is weak. Glass scratches. Glass shatters. What you are looking at is synthetic sapphire. Sapphire is a variety of the mineral corundum. On the Mohs scale of mineral hardness, it ranks at a 9. The only thing on this planet that can scratch it is a diamond. Engineers realized that to protect the sensitive sensors of a $1,000 smartphone, they needed something legendary. They began growing boules, massive lab-grown sapphire crystals. They sliced these crystals with diamond saws into thin, transparent wafers. It is chemically identical to the blue gems found in the crowns of European royalty. The difference? In a ring, a sapphire is meant to be admired. In your phone, it is meant to go to war. It survives the keys in your pocket, the concrete on the sidewalk, and the sand at the beach. You are literally looking through a gemstone every time you take a photo. 8. Tantalum, the blue-gray memory keeper. Deep inside the circuit board, there are tiny components called capacitors. They act like microscopic dams, holding back electrical energy and releasing it at the perfect millisecond. Many of these are made of tantalum. Tantalum is derived from a mineral called coltan, columbite tantalite. In the world of high-end jewelry, tantalum is the new it metal for wedding bands because it is heavy, dark, and indestructible. But in technology, it is a miracle. It allows us to pack massive amounts of power into tiny spaces. 7. Gold, the eternal connector. We don't usually think of gold as a stone, but in its natural crystalline form, it is one of the most stunning structures in the mineral kingdom. And your phone is a literal gold mine. Gold is the king of metals for one reason. It never dies. It doesn't rust. It doesn't tarnish. It doesn't react with oxygen. Inside your phone, the connectors, the pins, and the tiny wires on the motherboard are plated in 24-karat gold. Why? Because when you make a phone call, that signal cannot afford to be slowed down by rust or corrosion. There is roughly 0.034 grams of gold in every device. It sounds small until you realize there are billions of phones on Earth. There is more gold in a ton of old smartphones than there is in a ton of gold ore taken directly from a mine. The jewelry of the future isn't in a vault, it's in our landfills. 6. Neodymium, the voice of the Earth. When your phone vibrates in your pocket to tell you someone loves you, when you play your favorite song and the bass kicks in, you are witnessing the power of a rare earth gemstone. Neodymium is part of a special family of elements. When mixed with iron and boron, it creates the strongest permanent magnets known to science. Before neodymium, speakers had to be huge to sound good. Because of this rare crystal, we can fit a high-fidelity speaker into a space smaller than a tic-tac. It is the magnetic gemstone. It is the reason your phone can talk to you. Without it, the digital world would be silent. Yet the process to refine neodymium is so difficult and chemically intense that it is rarely done outside of specialized facilities in China. It is a stone that requires a massive industrial sacrifice to bring its voice to your palm. 5. Lithium, the frozen lightning. If you were to break open your phone's battery, please never do this, you wouldn't find a liquid. You would find a chemical sandwich powered by lithium. In the world of geology, lithium is often found in a beautiful mineral called spodumene. In its gem-quality form, spodumene is known as kunzite, a stunning pink to lilac gemstone favored by high-end jewelers like Tiffany & Company. But inside your phone, lithium isn't there to look pretty. It's there to move. Lithium is the lightest metal on the periodic table. Because it is so small and so reactive, it can store a massive amount of energy. Think of it as frozen lightning. When you plug your phone into the wall, you are using the power of a distant power plant to push lithium ions into a tiny corner of your battery. When you unplug and start scrolling, those ions race back across a microscopic barrier, creating the flow of electricity. The lesson: every time you charge your phone, you are performing a geological miracle. You are managing a chemical reaction so powerful that if the barrier fails, the gemstone within will burst into a 1,000-degree flame. It is the most volatile treasure you will ever own. 4. Indium, the ghost in the glass. Have you ever wondered how your phone feels your finger? Standard glass is an insulator. It stops electricity. So why does your screen react to your touch? The answer is indium. Specifically, a compound called indium tin oxide, ITO. Indium is a rare metal, usually found as a byproduct of zinc mining. It is one of the strangest materials on Earth. In its pure form, it is so soft you can chew it like gum. But when turned into a microscopic film and baked onto your screen, it does something that seems impossible. It conducts electricity like a metal, but it is as clear as a window. This is the invisible gemstone. Every square inch of your screen is coated in a transparent web of indium. When you touch the screen, your finger completes a circuit. Without this rare, ghost-like mineral, your smartphone would just be a TV you carry in your pocket. There would be no swiping, no typing, no interaction. We are currently consuming indium so fast that some scientists predict we could run out of known reserves within a generation. Your touch is powered by a disappearing treasure. 3. Terbium and Europium, the color of dreams. Look at your screen right now. See the vibrant red of a sunset in a photo? See the electric green of an app icon? Those colors are not painted there. They are the result of phosphors, rare earth elements like terbium for green, and Europium for red. These elements are found in minerals like monazite, which are scattered across the Earth's crust in tiny, hard-to-find concentrations. In the 1960s, a color TV was a luxury because europium was so rare it cost more than gold. Today we have mastered the art of doping glass with these crystals. When electrons hit these rare earth atoms, they jump to a higher energy state. When they fall back down, they release a photon of light in a perfect, specific color. You aren't just looking at a screen, you are looking at a light show powered by elements that were forged in the final seconds of a supernova. Terbium and europium are the paints of the digital world. 2. Copper, the nervous system. Copper is often treated as the cheap metal. We use it for pennies, we use it for scrap. But in the world of mineralogy, native copper forms branching, tree-like crystals that are among the most prized specimens in museum collections. In your phone, copper is the unsung hero. There is more copper in your device than almost any other metal, about 15 grams. It is the nervous system. It is the thousands of miles of microscopic highways that connect the silicon brain to the lithium heart. Copper is used because it is the second most conductive metal on the planet, after silver, but it is far more durable. It carries the heat away from your processor so your phone doesn't melt in your hand. If the silicon is the brain, copper is the blood and the veins. It is the red gold that makes modern civilization possible. While we focus on the rare elements, we must remember that the common ones do the most work. 1. Cobalt, the blue weight of the world. Finally, we reach the most controversial gemstone of all, cobalt. In its mineral form, cobalt has been used for 5,000 years to create cobalt blue, the deep, hypnotic pigment found in Persian pottery and Egyptian jewelry. In your phone, cobalt is the stabilizer. It is added to the battery's cathode to prevent it from overheating and to allow it to store more energy. But cobalt comes with a heavy price. Over 70% of the world's supply comes from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Much of it is mined by hand, sometimes by children, in conditions that the gemstone industry would call blood diamonds. Cobalt is the ultimate paradox of the 21st century. It is the green mineral that allows us to move away from fossil fuels and toward electric cars and smartphones. Yet its extraction is one of the greatest human rights challenges of our time. It is a beautiful blue element that carries the weight of the world on its shoulders. We started this journey by saying that you are holding history in your hand. But it's more than history, it's a responsibility. Every 2 years, millions of us upgrade our phones. We trade in the old for the new. And in doing so, we often forget that we are discarding a collection of the rarest materials the universe has ever produced. The silicon that took 1 billion years to cool, the gold that will never tarnish, the cobalt that cost a human soul to pull from the earth. When we look at our smartphones, we shouldn't just see a tool for communication. We should see a geological masterpiece. We should see the fire of the volcano, the pressure of the mantle, and the stardust of the heavens. The world is not just something we walk past. The world is something we carry with us. It is glowing, it is humming, and it is waiting for us to finally notice.